Welcome to Dynamite Delights Fyter Fest Week 2. Why can't he win? I think that might be the title. Unless I put Eddie's name at the end, it will be Why Can't He Win? Guys, I don't get it. I'll explain my point of view of why it makes no sense, but let's go for the show. We got Brody King versus Darby Allin. Now, it was a decent show, and let me give it to you like this with this match. At one point, Darby Allin was literally dumped on the top of his head outside the ring. That was well before he was choked out and he fell outside the ring to go with the story where Brody King won. But I got worried when I saw him land flat-headed. I mean, his head hit hard near the guardrail, where the guardrails. I got nervous. I thought he might have concussed himself. I hope he's all right. But in the end, it was not about the match itself. This was about setting up Malachi Black dealing with two people. One, Sting. They want to set up the story of Sting having a match with Malachi Black, which is interesting. They're doing more with Sting. Ever since Sting has really been showing more of himself, they've been deciding to show more of him. Now, I'm not saying it's great to see Sting in the ring often, but in this situation where he's being selective about who he deals with, it's actually pretty good. It's not 100% bad. And he is doing pretty well. You could say with Sting, 64, 63 is the new 40 in his case. He's looking pretty good for his age. Now, let's give it to you like this when it comes to Miro. Seeing Miro in this situation, wondering, is he going to help Darby Allin? Is he going to help Sting? Is he going to help Malachi? You look at him standing there, wondering if he's deciding, wearing those glasses. I believe I got a shot of it in my face. I'll give you like this. It's better he joins the House of Black. He does not work with Sting. He does not work with Darby Allin. Now, only way it would work if Sting is not the key here, it's going to be Malachi dealing with Miro, and there's got to be a stipulation where someone gains something. It doesn't have to be about a title. It's got to be someone gaining something. And I do believe eventually a stipulation would be necessary. Like with Sting versus Malachi, it's got to be the same thing with Malachi versus Miro. There must be a stipulation where something has to be lost and something's got to be gained. It can't just keep doing matches similar to WWE. Now, Best Friends versus the Blackpool Combat Club of Wheeler Yuta and of Mox. Now, the person that looked the best there is Wheeler Yuta, due to the fact he will be working against Garcia at... I will be doing Death Before Dishonor. If I don't forget, I will do it this weekend. I should be doing it. Death Before Dishonor. And, well, I'll give it to you like this. I know I did not do my triple threat this week. I'm hoping to do it this weekend. On Sunday, after I do Death Before Dishonor. I don't think SummerSlam is this Sunday. If it is, I might watch it and review it. If it is not, I will do my triple threat. But I'll give it to you like this. Seeing they wanted to make sure Wheeler Yuta looked the best he could because they wanted to make him look good for Garcia defending his pure title is fine. But still, I say this again and again and again. What are we doing here? Yes, we're getting a pay-per-view for ROH, which is nothing. Where is the developmental? When are we going to get a talk about the developmental coming back and maybe replacing Elevation and Dark? Because that's what it needs to do. I'm sorry, if anybody loves Elevation and Dark, forget it. ROH must go on YouTube, go 3 hours, or 2 for that matter, and replace Dark and Elevation. It must be one united, focused show. You can't just have Dark at 1 hour, then Elevation another hour. You must have one true channel and one true 100% a true united feeling type of show on YouTube. They need to throw ROH on YouTube and forget about trying to put it on to Infinity or TBS or TNT, wherever. If they can't find a company for it, throw it on YouTube and replace Elevation and Dark. Make Elevation and Dark a theme for ROH. ROH is Elevation. ROH is Dark. Make them a themed show. That You won't lose them because there will be themed shows on RH. That would make the best sense. I'm just saying. Now, we got... This is why I don't understand where they went with this. I don't get it. I don't. They had something interesting with Luchasaurus, and they blew it. Luchasaurus and Christian versus Varsity Blondes. He destroys them. Annihilates them. And after he puts I believe I got the shot if it's in my face. I probably don't. Putting a Christian on his shoulders, they were going to possibly destroy someone else until Jungle Boy comes out. And the kicker here for me, Jungle Boy is facing down Luchasaurus, which would have been an interesting story for Luchasaurus, an interesting story for what? Why did Luchasaurus let Jungle Boy go after Christian? What was the point? Guys, I don't care about anybody else. Luchasaurus had a moment where he was really becoming relevant because, yes, I was worried. And for a little bit, it looks like he was getting built up pretty well. Until this moment that he turns on Christian and helps Jungle Boy to go, well, not helps him, but let him go past him with the steel. I'm so angry. This makes no sense. Why they would let Luchasaurus just turn back to normal again? If he turns back to normal, what the fuck was the point? What was the point? And if anybody says, well, it's to get Jungle Boy over with Christian, bull fucking shit. They should have never done it. Christian could have still had the feud with Jungle Boy while Luchasaurus could still be built up as a damn monster. We need monsters in AEW that is not bitched out. And now what did they do with Luchasaurus? Possibly. Unless Luchasaurus is going to turn back again and he's just tricking Jungle Boy. If he doesn't turn back again, he's a face now working with Jungle Boy to go after Christian, which was stupid in the first place. He should have never let him pass. He should have destroyed him. And then, yes, you get Christian having a monster go after Jungle Boy, which basically makes a better sense for me personally. Now, FTR having their segment, and it was interesting to hear about Dax and his daughter. Because Cash sounded good. He did sound a bit choppy, let's be honest. When it comes to talking, Dax is a better talker than Cash is. There ain't no lie about that. Dax is better than Cash. But he didn't do that bad. He made it very clear that we earned these titles. He made it very clear he respects the Briscoes because it's going to be a death before dishonor. They're getting a shot at those titles. But he said it very clearly. You're not taking them from us. And then Dax saying a little girl at the age of 5 taken to the doctor like normal, getting checked, getting her heart checked, and he notices that she has a problem. She's having a strange sound from her heart. Well, he says to the family, hey, we need to get a couple of checks to see. I don't think it's something bad. And then they do the checks, and guess what? They find out that there's a little hole in the heart of the little girl at the very bottom of her heart. And he said 2 things. 1, this hole can close up on its own 100% easy as long as she exercises and get in good shape. Or 2, if it does not close up, we will have to do heart surgery to close it because it could be life-threatening. 3 years later, the little girl turns from 5 to 8. She manages to close that damn hole, and she worked her ass off, and that was my daughter, and I want to prove to my daughter that I am just like her. I'm going to whoop ass. So, Briscoes, I'm going to beat you like an 8-year-old girl. I'm going to beat your asses out. Like an 8-year-old girl did to a hole in her heart. I know I'm saying art instead of heart. It's just, it was an emotional moment. And it makes you botch. Because this wasn't something he was lying about. It was his own daughter he's talking about. He is always said he's inspired. As a father of a now 25-year-old, nearing 26-year-old kid, knowing that if my son had that type of problem, he managed to conquer that, I would be proud beyond stink of him. That I want to prove that that's my son, and I want to make him proud at doing the best if I was in his position, and if it was the reverse, to do everything I can to make sure my son, who will be 8, that his dad has been inspired by him. He is his hero for not giving up and making that hole in his heart go away. And with Dash, with his daughter, that's what that was. And I found that very inspiring. Now, I'm sure not everyone's going to like it because they're going to say, oh, they're putting realism in here. I don't want that. Well, guess what? In wrestling, sometimes realism helps. And with I think the reason I'm botching here is that, yes, Death Before Dishonor will probably be a great pay-per-view, but there's still no developmental. Guys, I'm not saying they won't have one eventually, but they got to do something with these damn titles. They just feel empty being on Darker Elevation. Yes, hearing Gretchen is going to be running on the main show of Dynamite more often to show that title's a good start. But where is Samoa Joe? We need more matches from FTR to make sure that those titles feel like something. Now, everyone else is fine with it, but me, no. Without a promotion, or in this case, a developmental, so we can watch these guys do more than just once in a while, we need more. I'm just being honest here. We need more. It would be great if Tony Khan had just said, next year, we're bringing back ROH, putting it on YouTube, and we're letting Dark and Elevation get relegated to special events on ROH. ROH will be on YouTube, and Dark and Elevation will be 1 month, every month. There will be a special of ROH Dark and ROH Elevation. We will have them each, where you will see special events for our people. That's what we need. Now, let's go to Swerve and his glory. I'm sorry, guys. I don't understand. I don't. Now, what's the segment before I get to I don't understand? All right, it was fine. Strickland was fine. You know Strickland, he's a smooth bastard when it's talking in the ring. He's way better than he is. Well, let me put it to you like this. As I've said before, Strickland is smooth on the mic. He has a good look. He has charisma out the ass. And he can put himself over. But I still don't believe he's very good at selling. But he has a lot of good things that a lot of people like. That's the reason why they like him. And then you got Keith Lee, who is great. He's a good talker. He feels legitimate. He feels like a monster. And now he's been given respect by gaining some tag titles. But I'm sorry. Yes, Tony Nese and Smart Mark Sterling coming out with that petition is silly for Strickland. And then they're getting wiped out. Particularly when it came to Kevin Gates, I believe his name is. Kevin Gates, I believe his name is. I'm not up to hip-hop. But the point is, seeing that he was involved, like, that happened throughout the night at Atlanta, Georgia. They got more than a few hip-hop artists there. But here's the thing. Why wasn't Powerhouse Hobbs, and I'm going to have to get to the match with Ricky Starks and Cole, I believe his name is Cole Carter. Don't know who Cole Carter is because I don't watch Elevation of Dark. He looks alright, but the crowd hated his ass, and he landed square in his head. He tried to do a damn 450 splash, and he went boink on his head hard before that match was over. Did he look alright? He looked fine. But in the end, yes, he was going to lose. I wasn't surprised he was going to lose. I'm not surprised. But now that the first open challenge for Ricky Starks is over, and then he gave an opportunity to now Danhausen, that'll be next week, when he was acting like it was going to be tonight, but it was going to be for next week for Danhausen, and people wanted it now. It's fine. But the thing is, for me, Ricky Starks and Powerhouse Hobbs should be the damn champions. And Ricky Starks should have already dropped the damn title to somebody else. It should be Hook. I'm sorry. Yes, he could still hold on to that title. Or better yet, I felt that Jungle Boy should have gotten that damn title months ago. Then Hook tries to take it away from him. And that would make best sense for... I know not everybody's going to agree with me, but Hook deserves his father FTW title. He deserves it. Eventually, he's got to win it for his father, for himself. But they don't have this set up yet. I truly believe they need to set it up. That Hook must get that damn title for legacy purposes. That's just me. You tell me below. Now, here is a match that I'm going like, I'm seeing Jade Cargill with Kiera Hogan. And I'm going like, okay. What is her name? Gray? I forgot her name. Lita Gray or Ela Gray. She couldn't be there. So it's going to be Jade with Kiera Hogan that I felt was going to job. Or I felt that Athena was going to job out a Kiera Hogan. Or if Jade had to get the win, it's going to be Nightingale. I had that feeling. This was not about the match was bad. It actually was, the best part of the match was when Jade and Athena faced one another. It had to happen. They needed to do it, and that's how it was. I'm glad it happened. But I'm not surprised to see Nightingale job out. I am not surprised. But in the end, the question is going to be when? When will that title be up for grabs for Athena? Because it looks like the best person to have that title at this point will be Athena. Unless they're going to truly job her out to a Jade Cargill, which at this point would not be wise. A lot of people want to see Athena win that damn title. They want it. Now, mind you, do I believe Jade can't keep the title? Of course she can. She's been doing very well with it. For the amount of training she's got, that's less than 2 years. She's done decently well. Yes, she's had her moments to look like crap, but she has done decently well with what she's got right now, and she's getting better. But I truly believe the time is going to come where Athena must get that title. Jade's got to drop it, and then she can start moving on to the AEW World title. That's where she's going to be. But there will be a little bit of a lag before she finally gets it, because she needs that. I say she's going to need at least 6 months after she drops that title before she's truly ready to go after the main title. Maybe 4 at the minimum, but 6 would be the best. Let her feud with some more women, more time without the title, more time to show what she can do, and then go into the main title picture against, guess who? It will be Britt Baker. That's what I see. And yeah, I could talk about, I know I could talk about what happened with Thunderstorm, dealing with Britt and Hayter. I'm not going to. I'm going to leave it because we still don't know what's going to happen. Eventually, going to have a rematch. I'm just going to leave it. Now, the final match. If I'm forgetting anything, I'm sorry. This is the Barbed Wire Anywhere and Anything Goes match. You got the Jericho Appreciation Society in a shark cage where you see Ruby Soho holding the controls for the motors that lift the shark cage up. Since this was Shark Week, there had to be a shark cage. Let me give it to you like this. Was this a good match? Yes. I actually think that Eddie might have broken his hand. I think at one point Eddie probably did break his hand. But he kept going. This was a brutal match where there was blood. There was some blood there, baby. Then we get a very interesting situation. We get Ty Conchi coming down attacking Ruby Soho to try and release the JAS. Then you get Anna Jay coming out trying to stop her, but in actuality joining her, getting a whack to the face, and now they're paired together. No more Anna Jade with Dark Order. Yes! Finally! She's breaking away from Dark Order. Yes, she's going to probably still deal with Dark Order to a certain extent. Very little, though. They're going to say, why are you doing this? And then Dark Order will probably get another female in their midst. If they're still not closing out Dark Order, they're going to get another female to take the place of Anna Jade. Now that Anna Jade is going to go to the JAS. That's what I think is going to happen. You're going to have 2 women in JAS. No, JAS, not JES. JAS. And in the end, it's going to be a much more interesting thing for a Anna Jade as a heel. But the point of this, was this a good match? Yes. Did Eddie win? No. But then Eddie gets over a little bit after the match when he throws Chris into the barbed wire box or they called the Spider Box. I think that's what they called it. Guys, I don't understand. Why can't Eddie win? And Eddie is very over. People love Eddie. People want to see Eddie do more. But here's the thing. Eddie needs to get full recognition from Chris, Daniel Bryan, Samoa Joe. He needs to get it from those three people. He needs to get it from Chris Jericho when he beats him eventually. I think they may do it at All Out. You never know. But the point is, and it's All Out hasn't happened yet. I don't think it has happened yet. But the point is, he must have a defining win, which will make him finally reach a point where Chris is going to job to him. Then, when it comes to Bryan Danielson, CM Punk, and you could say Samoa Joe, to be honest, that eventually they must recognize him and show him the respect he deserves. That's what needs to be done for Eddie. But honestly, the way they're booking this, I don't know if they're going to go there. I just don't believe they're going to show Eddie the respect he deserves from a Bryan Danielson. I'm about to say Daniel Bryan. Bryan Danielson, from a CM Punk, from a Samoa Joe. I just don't see them doing it unless he wins the damn title that Moxley is holding. I truly believe that the best person to go after that title with CM Punk will be Eddie Kingston. Eddie needs to go after that damn title. I don't want to see Moxley retain the damn title. It's got to be CM Punk. CM Punk needs to hold that title. And then Eddie needs to be the one to finally go after that title and finally get the full recognition he deserves from Chris Jericho, from Bryan Danielson, from CM Punk, and Samoa Joe. They got to be at ringside when he wins that damn title because he was around that time with them. He needs it. If they don't do that, then they've missed the biggest opportunity you could ever think of. But this is just me, and I hope you enjoyed the Zane's View. Please give me a comment below. It is so warm in here. It is nearly 90 in my apartment. But it is what it is. Have a good day. Have a good night. Peace.